Welcome to 2-Bit Gaming, I'm Josh. If you want to know what features Stadia will or won't have on launch day, then this is the video for you. Right, okay, let's go straight into this. I was reading an article on 9 to 5 Google today, which caught my eye again about Stadia. What isn't about Stadia at the moment on our channel? It's going to be interesting, so let's take a look. So here's the article here. Everything Stadia won't be able to do at launch. I like how they've kind of focused on won't, and I've been known for focusing on the negatives of Google Stadia. I have also mentioned positives as well. Basically what someone has done, because the Stadia mobile application has released on the Google Play Store, which kind of makes sense because Google Play Store, Google Stadia, people have been digging into the information within that application. So they use something called APK Insight. So they decompile the version of the application to then, I guess, find out details in the code, which then allows you to see what potentially is going to be available on launch and what isn't, and what features Google Stadia will have. But what we have to highlight is that yes, these features may or may not be featured in the code of the application, but Google may or may not ever ship these features, and 9 to 5 Google's interpretation of what they are may be imperfect. So first of all, Google Assistant as functionality. Google Assistant is one of the core features of Stadia, making its home right on the controller with its own dedicated button. 3 strings we found suggest that it won't be available immediately at launch, and if that is, in-game functionality for the assistant will come even later. So the bits of code that were mentioned was label indicating that Google Assistant during gameplay is coming soon, a label indicating that Google Assistant feature is coming soon, and also Google Assistant on Stadia is coming soon. So it doesn't look like Google Assistant will be available on Stadia at launch. So next part was the Buddy Pass. So Stadia's Buddy Pass feature is a way for founders to share the Stadia Pro experience with their friend for a period of 3 months for free. It was expected not to be immediately available on launch, but the app now confirms it. There's a body of text telling the user that they should think about who to send their Buddy Pass to. This is shown before the Buddy Pass is actually available for sending. Header on the coming soon information page for the section describing what Buddy Pass is. Title for the coming soon information page for Buddy Pass. So it looks like the Buddy Pass will be available on launch, which I was kind of expecting anyway. I didn't know that it potentially wasn't. It'd be kind of silly if it wasn't available, bearing in mind the people who have pre-ordered the Founders Edition get that 3-month Buddy Pass so they can allow a friend to try Google Stadia. Next one is captures, so screenshots and video clips. So game capture is essential for anyone who wants to share their in-game experiences with the world. We've known that captures will be part of the Stadia experience for a while, but they may not be available on the first day. So there's a label in the code indicating that captures is coming soon. It also turns out that capture functionality will be exclusive to mobile and unsupported on mobile, meaning you can't capture screenshots or video clips in the mobile app, but it's the only place you can view and manage them. This seems like an odd implementation to have early in Stadia's life, but we hope it will be sorted out before Stadia is in the hands of everyone. This is just a contradiction. They're saying that capture functionality will be exclusive to mobile and unsupported on mobile. I don't even know what that means. That's a complete contradiction. I don't know. Apparently, this is what they found in the code. A toast notification informing the user that capture functionality is unavailable on mobile and suggests playing on a television or computer where capture functionality works, shown where the user presses the capture button on a Stadia controller. Can't save captures in the app yet? Try on a TV or computer. See your captures in the mobile app. Manage your captures in the mobile app. So it sounds like you can capture videos and images on the TV and computer, not on mobile, but then you manage all of those videos and images in the mobile app. I'll be surprised if you can't manage your videos and images on like a PC, for instance. I hope that's the case. Next one on the list, parties. So similar to other platforms, Stadia will have the feature to create group text and voice chats to use while playing a game with your friends. There are many references to parties and invitations in the app, but one string of code in particular suggests that this Stadia feature won't be ready for founders at launch. So this is a bit in the code. Parties are for playing games and chatting together. This is the text on the banner informing that we will soon release parties feature. So again, another feature which isn't available at launch but will be added at a later date. They also found this image within the app, which is a party invite image, it looks like, so, or the background for an invitation to join. So it's definitely going to come, but it's going to come at a later date, not at launch. 9 to 5 Google go on to say that this functionality is crucial to any multiplayer experience, so it makes sense that it's very close to being ready, but it seems the Stadia team might just miss the deadline for launch. We hope to see this within a week or two after launch, if not on launch day. Yeah, so you would, again, like I said, it is crucial to multiplayer, so they have to have it. If it's not on launch, then as 9 to 5 Google said, it needs to be within a week or so, really, not months. Next one on the list, voice chat on mobile. So this is kind of related to the parties feature. Chatting via microphone will not be available on mobile devices at launch. This could be a big loss for mobile founders who may only have their phone to play with friends on. It is understandable, however, because the Stadia controller would have to transmit both audio and commands through USB. Only one of the launch supported Stadia phones has a dedicated headphone jack, the Pixel 3a. So in the code it said game voice is not supported on mobile right now. The user can still listen to their friends though. No mic support yet in game chats, coming soon to the app. So it looks like you will be able to chat on mobile, but again, at a later date. It's a function that they're looking to implement. So not on launch and a later date. I think this is probably going to be next year at some point, I would have thought. Next on the list, wireless Stadia controller pairing. So this was a massive one. I actually did a video on where this is actually a screenshot from one of their kind of videos, promotional videos, where it now shows the cable linking up to the phone instead of it being a wireless one. And you can only use the controller wirelessly with Google Chromecast connected to your TV. So in all other aspects, to your PC, to your phone, to your tablet, you have to connect a cable, which I kind of ranted on a little bit. So it recently became known that Stadia controller would only support wired gameplay on non-Chromecast Ultra devices at launch. The following strings of code reaffirm that wireless support for the controller on other platforms will come eventually. How soon it is, we don't exactly know. So in the code it says use a USB cable to link your Stadia controller with a computer or a supported phone or tablet. Wireless linking for these devices is coming soon. Another bit of code. To link with a computer or supported phone or tablet, use a USB cable to connect to your Stadia controller. Wireless linking for these devices is coming soon. So it's definitely coming. It's just at launch, they have to be wide. I'm hoping personally that it's going to be one of the features that they are working on to get out as soon as possible, because that is the whole point of Stadia. You don't need wires to connect. You just have the controller, then you can play on any device that you go on. So there's no fiddling around with unplugging, plugging, getting different types of cables. It's just seamless. It should be seamless. So that's what they're saying Stadia is going to be, and it will come, just not at launch. Next one on the list, enhanced accessibility features. So 9 to 5 Google say, as with any product designed for the masses, accessibility is important. Solutions for users with disabilities and or impairments have existed on other gaming platforms for a while. It seems Stadia is making them a priority as well. At launch, basic accessibility tools will be available, but these strings of code tell us that enhanced versions will be available later. So in the code, they've said enhanced screen reader capability coming soon, enhanced text-to-speech capabilities coming soon. So that's good. That's good, obviously, for, I guess, the visually impaired and hard of hearing. I know Apple's very good at the accessibility bits and pieces on their devices, and Google need to make sure that this is top of their priority, really, to sort out as soon as possible and to implement this. So only basic accessibility tools will be available at launch. So 9 to 5 Google, so they finish off by saying this. take what they've said with a grain of salt. So some of these strings may reflect older versions of the app which were tested internally and could have changed since then. Many of these Stadia features are arguably major for the platform, and we hope to see them either at launch or very soon after. For founders, this might mean a period of limited functionality from the get-go that will gradually improve over time. We're hoping that Stadia can still make a good impression during launch week, even if it's missing the extra features. Nail on the head. This is what has become apparent over the last few months, where on launch of Google Stadia, you're not going to have everything. You're not going to have all the things that they have mentioned Stadia can be. It's going to start at a certain level. You have the foundations for the founders. That kind of works well. And then they're going to add the main features as time goes by. Obviously, these items which are listed here today, again, what they're saying is could be old code, could mean that some of these will be available at launch, but it might not be. I would ideally have everything at the start. You're releasing a product, you expect to get all of that product and the features that they have mentioned and what they have described, you should get that at launch. Okay, I've accepted it, they're not going to have that. But if they can implement them soon after, then I'm happy with that. When Stadia launches and I get the product and I feel like, okay, this works well. If it works well and it's only going to improve, then I'm happy. Anyway, that is that. I hope you enjoyed and got some useful information out of this. Let us know your comments in the section below. What do you think about the features which are going to be available or the features that are not going to be available at launch? And would you be, if you had Stadia or if you ordered Stadia or any product for that matter, and they didn't have some of the features they mentioned available at launch, but then they were going to add them in the months after it was launched, how would you feel about that? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, we'll talk to you later. Bye bye.